Today, we're diving into a topic that's a game changer for anyone serious about building wealth. It's a piece of wisdom from the Oracle of Omaha himself, Warren Buffett. He famously said that the hardest part of investing isn't making your first million, but saving your first $100,000. Why is this specific number so critical? And what makes it so much harder to reach than the millions that come after? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand the profound power of that first 100,000 and have a clear roadmap to get there. So, let's break it down. Why is this first milestone so significant? It's not just about the number itself. It's about what achieving it represents and what it unlocks. Reaching $100,000 is the financial equivalent of escaping Earth's gravity. It's the point where your money starts to have a noticeable, powerful life of its own through the magic of compound interest. Think about it like this. When you have a small amount of money, say $1,000, a 10% annual return is only $100. That's nice, but it's not going to change your life. You could probably earn that much faster by picking up a few extra shifts at work. But when you have $100,000, that same 10% return is $10,000. That's a significant amount of money that your money earned for you without you lifting a finger. It's enough to cover rent for several months in many places, or pay for a great vacation, or be a huge chunk of your next investment. This is what financial experts call reaching critical mass. Your investment snowball is finally big enough to start picking up serious speed as it rolls downhill. Buffett's partner, the brilliant Charlie Munger, put it perfectly. He said, the first 100,000 is well, let's just say it's tough, but you gotta do it. That's because getting there requires more than just smart investing. It demands a fundamental shift in your habits and mindset. The journey from 0 to 100,000 is a boot camp for financial discipline. It forces you to learn how to live below your means, track your spending, and consistently save a portion of your income, month after month. These aren't just good habits. They are the bedrock of all future wealth creation. You can't just stumble into your first 100,000. You have to be intentional. You have to say no to impulse purchases. You have to prioritize your future self over your present desires. It's a character-building exercise. Once you've built these muscles of discipline, they will serve you for the rest of your life, making the journey to $1 million and beyond much, much easier. Let's look at the math. If you save $500 a month, it would take you about 17 years to reach $100,000 just by saving. But if you invest that $500 a month and get an average annual return of 8%, you'll hit your goal in just over 10 years. And what's even more amazing, during that time, you will have contributed about $60,000, and the market will have gifted you the other $40,000. That's the power of compounding in action. Your money is working for you. So, how do you actually do it? Let's get practical. The formula is simple, but the execution takes dedication. It boils down to 3 key pillars: increasing your income, reducing your expenses, and investing the difference wisely. First, let's talk about increasing your income. This is the most powerful lever you can pull. While there's a limit to how much you can cut your expenses, there's theoretically no limit to how much you can earn. This could mean asking for a raise, developing new skills to qualify for a higher-paying job, or starting a side hustle. Think about what you're good at. Can you freelance? Can you tutor? Can you turn a hobby into a small business? Even an extra few $100s a month dedicated solely to your savings goal will dramatically shorten your timeline. Every extra dollar you earn is a dollar you can put to work immediately. The second pillar is reducing your expenses. This is where that financial discipline we talked about really comes into play. You need to know where every single dollar is going. Use a budgeting app or a simple spreadsheet to track your spending for a month. You'll probably be shocked at where your money is disappearing. The goal isn't to deprive yourself of all joy, but to be intentional with your spending. Cut back on the things that don't bring you real value. Maybe that's the daily $5 coffee, the multiple streaming subscriptions you barely use, or the habit of ordering takeout 4 times a week. Identify the big 3 expenses: housing, transportation, and food. Small optimizations in these areas can free up hundreds of dollars a month. Can you get a roommate? Can you drive a more fuel-efficient car or use public transport? Can you get better at meal prepping? These aren't sacrifices. They are strategic choices to buy your future freedom. Now for the third and most exciting pillar: investing the difference wisely. This is where your savings start to multiply. For most people starting out, the best approach is to keep it simple. You don't need to be a stock-picking genius like Warren Buffett. In fact, Buffett himself recommends that most people invest in a low-cost S&P 500 index fund. This type of fund gives you instant diversification by owning a small piece of the 500 largest companies in the U.S. It's a proven, hands-off strategy that has historically delivered solid returns over the long term. The key is to be consistent. Set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your investment account every payday. This is called paying yourself first. You treat your investment contribution like any other bill that has to be paid. Automating this process removes emotion and willpower from the equation. You invest whether the market is up or down. This strategy, known as dollar cost averaging, is incredibly powerful over time. Let's not forget the psychological barrier. $100,000 can feel like an impossibly large number when you're starting from zero. The secret is to break it down. Don't focus on the big number. Focus on your first 1,000, then your first 5,000, then 10,000. Celebrate these mini milestones. Seeing your account grow, even slowly at first, will build momentum and keep you motivated. Each milestone proves to you that you can do it. Think of it like this. The first $10,000 is often the hardest because you're doing all the heavy lifting yourself through saving. But as your pot grows, compound interest starts to become a more significant contributor. By the time you get from $90,000 to $100,000, a good chunk of that $10,000 jump will likely come from investment growth, not just your savings. You'll start to feel the wind at your back. This journey also teaches you about risk tolerance and emotional control. The stock market doesn't go up in a straight line. There will be downturns. When you have your hard-earned money invested, seeing the market drop can be scary. But weathering these storms and not panic selling is a crucial lesson. Sticking to your plan during a downturn is how long-term wealth is built. The first $100,000 is your training ground for handling the much larger swings that will come when you have $1 million portfolio. Once you cross that $100,000 threshold, something magical happens. The path to your next 100,000 becomes significantly shorter, and the path to your first million enters the realm of possibility. If you have $100,000 invested with an 8% return, it could grow to $200,000 in about 9 years without you adding another penny. If you continue saving that $500 a month, you'll get there in just over 6 years. The momentum is undeniable. So let's recap the action plan. 1. Find ways to increase your income. 2. Track your spending, create a budget, and cut unnecessary expenses. 3. Automate your investments into a simple, low-cost index fund. And 4. Be patient, stay consistent, and celebrate the small wins along the way. Warren Buffett's advice is timeless because it's not just about money. It's about discipline, patience, and the power of habit. The first $100,000 isn't just a number. It's a rite of passage. It's the moment you stop just earning money and start making your money earn money for you. It's the launch pad for financial freedom. The journey will be challenging, but it is absolutely achievable for anyone willing to put in the work. Start today. Your future self will thank you for it. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more content on building wealth and achieving financial independence. Let me know in the comments what your biggest challenge is in saving your first 100,000. I'd love to hear from you. See you in the next video.